Hello, everyone. It is really nice to be here in the CAP conference, and I hope we get a chance to meet and interact personally after these sessions. So let me go to my slides now. I am visible on the screen again with the yoga pose. So can anyone guess which is this pose, which is this yoga pose? And all the children are also doing it, as you can see. So, okay. So this is a star pose. So basically, the idea behind all this activity was Breezy's, and we, the team in India, that is Sameer Dhude and myself, Shivani, are taking it forward and planning different activities around this yoga with the stars. So the basic attempt aim is to make the children aware and to make them feel the connection between themselves and the sky. So we are doing this with the help of yoga to maintain their fitness and astronomy to increase the curiosity. So basically, there are this program can have basically two parts. One is physical fitness, and the other is curiosity and awareness towards astronomy. So we have targeted an age group of 10 to 15 years. So as we all know, 10 to 15 years kids, this age is the vital age in which the kids grow physically and mentally. And but in today's situation, we all are at home, and we are kind of a bit neglecting our physical fitness also. And so the kids, so we wanted to promote this also, that even if we are sitting at home, we have to look after our physical health. So we also want to give them an essence or the idea. At this age, you as kids can also do these astronomical observations at home, from your house, from your town, from your village, just looking at the night skies, and by some aids or some hands-on activities that you can easily do at home. So basically, when we started thinking about this idea, or as Breezy introduced it to us, so as a profession, she is a radio astronomer, but she also has learned professional yoga from India. So at Iyengar's Yoga Center, if many of you must be knowing it. So this was an advantage that she is an astronomer and a trained yoga person. So when she introduced this idea to us, so we started collecting some Indian stories basically, because we wanted to focus on those mythological stories that come from Indian origin. Basically, we started from very basic or easily visible stars and a group of stars or constellations, because it would be fun if kids go outside then and they actually could see these stars in the sky without help of any telescope or binoculars. So then we started developing these stories. So Indian mythological stories are not at all are not at all child friendly. So we had to modify these stories a lot. Then we connected these stories to yoga poses. So we had to break down these stories into some parts in which one yoga pose could fit in each part of the story. And then obviously Breezy uh, could suggest, or she knows which are good poses for kids in these age, and which could be easily adapted by the kids, and they're also useful for the fitness. And then we also tried out these with 20 students and some teachers. Okay, so this is a sample slide from our trial sessions. So this was the session about Dhruva Tara, that is the pole star. And then we had the story of a small boy, and which was who the boy was of the same age group of these kids who were listening to this story, so they could connect to the story very much. And this session, so that this was the first session of the Dhruva Tara story. So in the first session, we narrated the story, that is the educator narrated the story and performed the yoga poses which were dedicated to that story, and the kids used to mimic uh, the yoga poses. This was the second, again, first session of the second story, Saptarshi, which was the seven stages, and we also know it as Arsa Major. So some of the teachers who are already connected with these students attended these sessions so that they can take a follow up. So after 1 week, when we come to the other, next story, the teachers used to take a follow up through the entire week, that if the kids are doing the yoga poses or if they are comfortable doing it. And it also gave us the opportunity that the teachers can know the sessions. These were trials, but the teachers knew the stories and the yoga poses, so they can go in the schools or in the community they live in and practice these sessions there also. And in the second part, we concentrated on the same set of stars or the same part of the sky, and then we introduced them to the astronomical aspect of that part. So if we take into consideration Dhruva Tara, so where is it actually in the sky? How can you spot it? So here it is okay. I can see the Dhruva Tara and the axis is tilted and everything. But how can you spot it actually while you go outside in the night sky? We also connected these sessions. So this is the pole star and this is the Saptarshi. So we also told them the connections so that they could connect the sessions. Then in Saptarshi, we also told them how they can use Saptarshi to find the pole star. Or if they know where the pole star is, they can go back and see if they can see Saptarshi. So here I want to show you some of the samples that we have created, the sample accompanying literature. So here you can see the story is being told and each part of the story accompanies a yoga pose. So we also took care that the yoga poses are not very abrupt. As you can see here, that the kids don't have to stand up and sit down for a lot of time. Make their own night sky maps. So then they can take these printouts outside, look at the sky, look at the maps, and actually connect what they are seeing or what they're studying in the actual night sky. So we, as you could see in the previous slides, the kids were actually doing these poses. And in further, we propose to do it on YouTube for a larger audience. And yeah, and we also give the teachers, as I told, these ideas or these sessions, the literature of these sessions, so that these teachers can go in person and conduct workshops. Then here are some feedbacks. This is a really nice question. Would you like to keep learning about stories of the sky this way? So as you can see, 83% of the kids are saying yes. Then which was your favorite part of the session? So everyone loved listening to astronomical facts about the skies. So we also plan to collaborate with many astronomical communicators, or you yourself can plan such stories in your cultures, or like as we have adapted some Indian cultures, we all can get together and plan some different stories in different cultures and plan some yoga poses for all these stories so that all the children all over the globe can appreciate different cultures and different stories in different cultures. We saw that the kids appreciate the astronomical facts. So we also thought that this could be connected with various outreach programs which are already going on. So like we saw one such program of Globe at Night. It is observations of the citizen science project. So the kids can act when the kids actually go with their the night maps that I just showed you in the sky. If they are not able to see some stars, why are they not able to see some stars? Some kids maybe live in villages and they can see, and some kids who are living in cities they cannot see. So why is that? So we can make them aware of what is light pollution, and so this is also one of the very important future scopes, I think, of this project. So that's it for now. Thank you so much, and I hope we can meet and talk in person. Thank you.